Hi, I'm Beth from My Tutoring Bee, and in today's video, we're going over the midpoint formula. I have a few examples for us, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, here we are given 2 points and we are being asked to find the midpoint between each set of points given. So we're going to use this formula over here, our midpoint formula. And basically it's just averaging the 2x values and the 2y values. So let's go ahead and substitute those into our formula. Our formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. And that is going to be the coordinate of our midpoint. So our x's are 1 and 3. So we're going to do 1 plus 3 over 2. And then our y's are 0 and negative 8. So we're going to do 0 plus negative 8 over 2. And then let's simplify and solve. 1 plus 3 is 4. So we get 4 over 2. Comma, 0 plus negative 8 is negative 8 over 2. I'm just going to continue writing it over here to the side. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So this is our midpoint between these 2 points. All right, let's take a look at another one, and we're going to take a look at some number lines to help us understand this concept even better. So we've got our points 5, 6, and negative 1, negative 4. Okay, so let's take a look at this horizontal number line, which is the x portion of a coordinate grid, right? It's that horizontal axis. And let's take a look at the x values in our 2 points. So we're going to call this x1 and x2, and I'm going to label those on our number line. So the x portion of our first point is at positive 5, so we see it right there. And the x portion of our second point is at negative 1, so we see it right there. Okay, so what are we talking about with midpoint? We want to know what is the halfway point. So one way that we could look at this is we could figure out what is the distance between negative 1 and 5, and then find half of that distance. So between negative 1 and 5 is 6 units. And so halfway between would be 3 units. So we could count 1, 2, 3. And so we stop right there at positive 2, or we could count from the side 1, 2, 3, right? So that positive 2 is the halfway point between those 2 points. Now let's take a look at our y. So for that one, we need a vertical number line, right? Because our y is the vertical axis. But we're still going to do the same thing as we did before and take a look at our y values of each point. So this is going to be our y1 and y2, and let's label those on our number line. y1 is at positive 6, so we see that right there. y2 is at negative 4. So we want to know, again, the distance. What is the distance between these 2 points from 6 to negative 4? Well, that's 10 units. And what's halfway between 10 units? That would be 5. So let's count from 6, let's count down 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're stopping right there at positive 1. And if we count from the other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again, we're stopping there at positive 1. So that halfway point is positive 1. So now let's put this all together with our formula. Remember, our x's were 5 and negative 1. So 5 plus negative 1 divided by 2. 5 plus negative 1 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then for our y values, 6 and negative 4, we've got 6 plus negative 4 divided by 2. 6 plus negative 4 gives us positive 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Trying to squeeze everything in here. So we do get the midpoint of 2, 1 for these 2 particular points. Okay, now we're going to put it all together with a coordinate grid like this one. So here are our 2 points. We're going to find the midpoint between these 2 points. So again, let's go ahead and label. I'm going to make this my x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. All right, so let's go ahead and start with those x's. So we've got negative 2 plus negative 6 over 2, comma, and then we've got 3 plus negative 2 for our y's over 2. So negative 2 plus negative 6 gives us negative 8 over 2. 3 plus negative 2 gives us 1 over 2. And negative 8 divided by 2 gives us negative 4. We can reduce that. But 1 over 2, we can't really reduce that anymore, so it's just going to stay 1 over 2. And sometimes we do get a fraction for our midpoint, and that's totally fine. Let's take a look and see where that is on the grid so that we can connect these dots more visually. So again, for our x's, we're just deciding what is the halfway point between negative 6 and negative 2. So between negative 6 and negative 2, we see negative 4. So it should be in line with that negative 4 right there, and that is the x portion of our midpoint. And then again, for the y's, what's the halfway point between 3 and negative 2? Because the distance between 3 and negative 2 is 5, it's an odd number, makes sense that we got a fraction. So halfway between 3 and negative 2, we're going to arrive here at 1/2. So our midpoint is right here at negative 4, 1/2. In this problem, we are being asked to find the missing endpoint given the midpoint and other endpoint. So we can see here that this xm and ym, that m stands for midpoint. So this is the midpoint of our line, and this x1, y1 is the endpoint of our line. So we have half of the line here between these 2 points, and the other endpoint is going to be somewhere along here. We just have to find out what that exact coordinate is. Now you can use these formulas. So the m again stands for the midpoint, so the x and the y portions of the midpoint. The 1's stand for the given endpoint, and then our x and y's over here would be for the missing endpoint that we're trying to find. However, we can find the other endpoint, the missing endpoint, using our midpoint formula. Let's take a look at how to do this. Let's look at our x values. So our endpoint x value is negative 6, and our midpoint x value is negative 2. So again, we're just looking at the x part. So our normal formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, and that will equal xm, right? Our midpoint, the x portion of our midpoint. So what pieces of the puzzle do we have? Well, we have x1, which is negative 6, and we have xm, which is negative 2. So then we'll just be solving for x2. So let's go ahead and substitute those numbers in. So our endpoint is negative 6, plus we don't know what x2 is yet. That's what we're trying to solve. But we know that when we add them together and then divide by 2, that's going to equal negative 2. So normally this is the part that we would be solving, but we have that part. So now we can kind of work backwards to figure out what x2 is. So now we just need to use algebra to solve. So we're going to multiply each side by 2. So that's going to cancel out with our denominator here, leaving us with negative 6 plus x2 equals negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then we're going to add 6 to both sides. So then x2 equals negative 4 plus 6 is 2. So then our endpoint, the x portion of our endpoint, is 2. Now let's use that same formula to solve for y. So the y portion would be y1 plus y2 over 2 equals ym. And we have y1, which is negative 2, plus we don't know what y2 is yet. And that's going to equal, we know it's going to equal 3. So again, we're going to multiply by 2, multiply by 2. Sorry, I wanted to move that up a little bit. It's kind of running out of space there. So our 2's cancel out, leaving us with negative 2 plus y2 equals 3 times 2 is 6. We're going to add 2 to both sides of the equation. So then y2 equals 8. So now I know that the y portion of our point is at positive 8. So at 2, positive 8, and that does seem like it would go ahead and connect with that. Go ahead and connect with that dot that's down there. And this point now is in the middle between these two endpoints. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please take a look at the links in the description. I have a ton of other videos going over distance formula and Pythagorean theorem, as well as other pre-algebra skills that you would see in a typical pre-algebra class. Also, if you are looking for more support in math, then I do offer one-to-one tutoring, so please feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.